You find yourself sitting on the couch when you hear a knock at the door. It jolts you back to your mind as you realize you're holding your phone and you've been scrolling for who knows how many hours. Setting the phone down next to you, you stand up and take a few steps when you hear from your phone a voice say, no, don't answer that. That's not for you. And as you turn to pick up the phone, that was weird. It sounded like it was speaking to you. Another knock, louder and more firm this time, which jolts you back. And okay, you got to answer the door. So you walk over and answer the door. As you open the door with a little bit of difficulty, there's a kind man. He's a young, maybe mid-30s, just standing there with a whole bunch of cleaning material. He's got what looks like a nice white get-up from their company, who knows what it is, a broom, all this cleaning supplies in those little bins that they got, and he just has a huge smile on his face. He says, "Thank you for answering. Can I come in and clean up?" And you're thinking, I didn't order any sort of cleaning service, anything like that. And so at first you're like, well, what do you mean? And he just sort of directs behind you, and you turn around and you realize that you're living in what looks like a dump. There's garbage that's up to your waist that you didn't even notice. You look back at where you were sitting on the couch, and there's an imprint of where you've been. You must have been there a long time. There's paths going throughout the house. It just looks like a hoarder's haven. And this is a realization to you. You didn't know this. You didn't know you were living in this until this man showed up. And so you turn back and you said, "What? Like I didn't realize it was so bad. Well, I don't have any money. I can't pay for your services." And he shakes his head and says, No. It's totally on the house, completely free." Bewildered by this compassion and a drive to just selfless love, maybe, you open the door and you realize it was difficult because there's garbage in the way. No, people don't come to visit very often. And he walks in and immediately starts cleaning up. Now, as he's cleaning up, he does so without any complaints, any judgment, anything like that. And he's just grabbing all the garbage, putting it in a sack, and setting it aside. As the garbage piles up, he's got a whole bunch of sacks that he takes and he takes out of your house. All the while, there's cockroaches and bugs and rats and everything that's scurrying all through everything. It doesn't seem to faze him. You're just bewildered that you let it get this bad. Like, you're making excuses, like, "Oh, I didn't know, I didn't expect anybody," and he just keeps kind of consoling you and saying, no, it's all right. It happens. And he continues to clean up until there's no more garbage. Now, there's stains everywhere. The carpet's a mess. There's stains all up on the wall. It looks like, I don't know, there's this smog in here. You're not a smoker, but everything is stained a dark color. And he then takes out all the cleaning materials and he starts wiping everything down. Now, this continues for a few days. It doesn't immediately happen. It takes a couple days before both of you are staring at this immaculately clean house. And you're looking around thinking, wow, I can't believe, it could be this clean, and that he did this completely free. So you turn to thank him, and he just gives you a smile and says, "Hey, it is my pleasure." And he hands you his business card, which is just a white card. And on it says, "The Helper." You look at it, and just turn it over. There's no phone number, there's no address. It's just a white card with black letters that say "The Helper." And he shakes your hand, gives you a hug, and walks out. He just leaves. Now, as days turns into weeks, you're more aware of where you're living. You don't have the best practices. You still sometimes drop garbage on the floor, but you watch yourself dropping the garbage on the floor, and you think to yourself, wow, why did I do that? And there's certain days that you actually pick it up and throw it away yourself. There's other days where you just don't, and you let it sit on the ground. But as time goes and progresses, you see the garbage pile up even more and more and more, until suddenly you, seeing it, look around and there's not nearly as much as there was, but there's garbage everywhere. And you're thinking, there's no way I can clean this. There's no way I can get it back to where it was. It's impossible. I wish the Helper was here to help out again. And just as you're in this mindset of defeat, looking around in despair, you hear another knock at the door. Now, running over, you open the door, and again, this kindly young, mid-30s man walks in with all the cleaning stuff, And he immediately starts working again. This time you're apologizing. You're saying, I don't deserve your services. I really appreciate it. And the entire time he's sort of nodding along and saying, well, like, that's all right. It happens. It happens. And again, gets it to an immaculate scene of perfect cleanliness. And this time he advises you different ways to maintain the cleanliness, right? Don't throw the garbage on the floor. He really pushes these things, and it sits in your heart as if it's brand new knowledge, right? This isn't something that you've known and just didn't really do. This is something that now you know. You know you need to continue doing what he's asking. And so you do. Now, my friends, I don't want to make a video that's too long, but if you enjoy my little expositions here, drop a follow, hit the like button, and that'll encourage me to continue doing this. There's a lot of symbolism in here. Is it perfect theology? Maybe not, but I thought it was an interesting thing that I was praying about, and the Lord revealed different ways that I can try to explain to people what Christ does in our lives. Obviously, he comes and he cleans us up. He removes our sin, and he teaches us how to walk in holiness. And now we are still in the flesh, so there are opportunities and avenues by which we will fall and fall short of his perfect standard. But the Helper is here to guide us in all truth. He helps us and teaches us in ways that, people who don't know him just can't imagine. But if you do know him, my brothers and sisters, maintain your house. Keep it clean, not because you earned the cleanliness, but because he cleaned it. And now we are called to keep our houses clean until we go to his. God bless you guys. And again, if you like this and you want to see more, hit that follow button, hit that like button. It really does encourage me. Thank you. Bye-bye.